of the shirtless fat guy. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, comedian Jeff Altman, Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Palmer, musical group Bodines, and America's youngest mayor, Michael Mullins, plus Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. And now a man who can bring a country to tears just by telling some lame jokes, David Letterman!
Thank you very much for showing up here tonight. Welcome to the program. Arthur Kent is not here. He's not here. He was on the show Friday. He was a wonderful guest. We did one or two segments with Arthur. Fascinating man. I phoned in sometime around 3 on Saturday. He was still talking. But instead, we have snacks for everybody in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice hand for the Studio 6A assassin up there? There he is. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by again. There he is. I'm going to tell you now a little something funny about working here in this building. I was on the elevator this afternoon, and I'm coming down to the studio. Our offices are not here on the same floor as the studio, and I'm coming down the elevator to go to work, essentially, and I run into, guess who I run into? The most powerful man in television today, the president of NBC, Robert C. Wright.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So the elevator door closes, and I said, "How do you do, Mr. Wright? Nice to see you." And he said, "Oh, hello, Dave." And I said, and he said, "Maybe you can help me out with something." And I said, "Geez, I'll do what I can." And he says, "Dave, do you know where a guy like me can get a good elephant ride?" You know, Robert, Arthur Kent actually is here tonight. Hey, that little Danny Partridge certainly has grown up, hasn't he? No, I don't think so. Let me tell you about the big program we have for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this guy was supposed to be here last night, and we had so much fun with Mickey Rooney that we ran out of time, and he's been rescheduled to be on the show tonight. He's the youngest mayor in the United States. He's 19 years old. His name is Michael Mullins. He's the mayor of what town, Morty?
Lynchport, Virginia.
Lynchport, Virginia. He's, huh?
Lynchport.
Lynchport. Lynchport, Virginia. Michael Mullins is on the show tonight. Also, we have Bodines. Hey, Jim Palmer, Hall of Fame baseball pitcher Jim Palmer is here. And funny man, Jeff Altman, all on the program here tonight. So, my friend Paul Schaefer right over there. Say hello to Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, boys.
Thank you very much. Well, you're right. You know, it's not the Bodines after all.
No, it's not the Bodines. It's only.
It's just Bodines.
It's simply Bodines, exactly.
Bodines. It's some Bodines.
Some Bodines. Not all of them?
No.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned this last night. We have Principal Bodines.
We have the two principal Bodines with us.
Coincidentally
tonight,
enough,
yes.
in high school, my principal was
Principal Bodine.
That's right,
yeah.
Principal Bodine.
Scary guy, I understand.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful day it was here in New York City. What's the matter?
Oh, well, you took a burst of indigestion and turned it into a sort of a jumping off point.
A segue, yeah. Oh. You know, you're right. I'm not sure everyone would have noticed that.
Well, I was very impressed by that
Congratulations on that. Give yourself a brain point there.
Uh-huh.
It was so lovely here in New York City today. Hal, as a matter of fact, Hal, before we do this, do we have weather data? Do we have statistics? Yeah, let's see what the... oh, look at that. Temperature 55 degrees. Humidity is very low for this time of year, 27%, and virtually no wind to speak of. Sunny, clear skies, beautiful day. As a matter of fact, Hal, if we can, and I don't know that we can, let's try and open the sunroof, because it is such a lovely day outside, and we have such a wonderful show planned. All right. Be careful now, Hal. There it is. Wow. Hey, Paul, you ever been to the auto show?
No, as a matter of fact, I haven't.
Do you own a car?
No, sir, I do not.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Do you take cabs?
Yes.
Do you have a hired car?
Once in a while, I hire a car.
Family members drive?
No, sir.
One day, will you have a car?
I hope to, yes.
Ever rented a car?
Yes, sir, I have.
Any kind of RV, recreational vehicle?
Rented an RV? No, sir, no.
Do any off-roading in your time?
Off-roading with a four-wheel vehicle?
Ever ridden in a golf cart?
No. Yes, that I have.
Been pulled in a wagon? Been on a subway train?
A long time ago, yes.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, because right now here in New York City, it's the 97th annual New York City Auto Show. Yeah, that's right. Every year for 97 years, they've been doing the auto show here in New York. And we thought tonight we would take a second here to give you a little 97th annual auto show quiz. Paul, do you have...
music for that? Yeah. Let's all go to the auto show.
All right. I started to say you were making us sick, but the audience loved it.
Just goes to show you that there's always two ways to look.
Yeah, they're always there. You ever been over to St. Patrick's, like on a Thursday afternoon, maybe late in the day?
That very quiet hour of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been over there, yeah. Why do you ask?
I don't know. Something about tonight's show brought that to mind.
I see. Okay.
Here we go, our auto show quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, and kids of all ages. Here we go. These young men are A, hoping to buy a Cadillac someday. B, hoping to find the car of their dreams. C, hoping the model's skirt gets caught in the door. Yeah, they wanted to see Arthur Kent. We'd like to have Arthur Kent back on the show. I don't think we have enough tape. He's just as chatty a young boy as you're going to find these days. Here we see A, new aluminum camper canopy. B, a polystyrene truck chassis. C, a van left unattended in New York for more than 20 minutes. Number 3, this young lady is displaying A, her enthusiasm for automobiles. B, her vivid imagination. C, more driving skill than most New York City cabbies. This vehicle is known as A, the Velocipede, B, the body-powered ergo cycle, C, the 1991 Dorkmobile. Damn, no. Representatives at this display are annoyed by visitors who, A, ask what Farfignugan means, B, say they're looking for an American car, C, try to order scoops of ice cream. Maybe, maybe not. You know, the mayor has asked me to stop doing that.
Mayor of New York?
Yes, because these giant blue cards are littering Midtown. Moments after this videotape was made, A, the photographer finished his assignment. B, the auto show was open to the public. C, a crowd of New Yorkers gathered chanting, "Jump, jump." The woman's face, she was so interested, so curious, so hopeful when she said to me, is Arthur Kent and I lied to her thinking, oh, God, now what'll I do? He ain't here. And I said, yeah, he's here. And then finally it got the better of me and I said, no, he's not here tonight. And she became crestfallen. Oh. The first time in 9 years I've used that word on the show. Number 7, this oversized logo, A, symbolizes Cadillac, B, represents Lincoln Continental, C, is usually worn around the neck of Al Sharpton. Let's all go to the auto show. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Rogers, thank you very much. This young man is A, working part-time, B, handing out maps, C, the bastard son of Joe Isuzu. Can't throw them through the window anymore. I've lost it. I can't do it anymore. They won't go.
What's the problem?
I can't get them through the window.
It's all in the wrist, you know.
This man is probably saying, A, is the caller there? B, is the caller there? C, is the caller there? He looks just a little like Phil Donovan. Are we late? We're only 45 seconds late. Here we go. This mixed-up spelling of Budweiser indicates A, the girls are on a break. B, the girls have been distracted from their corporate relations duties. B, the girls have had about a 6-pack each. Here we see, finally, get ready, Paul, with that cute little auto show song. A, an elegant Cadillac. B, 2 beautiful models. C, 3 things Donald Trump can no longer afford. There you go. Throw the cards anymore. I can't. I've lost it. I've lost the simple ability to heave cards out the window. Oh, hi. Nice to see you. We'll do a commercial. We'll be right back here tonight with our friend Jeff Altman. Welcome back to the program, kids. Let me tell you who's on the show tonight. Jeff Altman. He'll be out here in a matter of moments. Jim Palmer, Hall of Fame pitcher Jim Palmer from the Baltimore Orioles. He'll be out here. Michael Mullins, youngest mayor. He's 7 years old. The mayor of Cleveland, oddly enough. They used to have a young mayor there, Dennis Kucinich. He was like 7 years old. Yeah, do you remember that? No, I wasn't 7. He was, I think, 11 at least. Mm-hmm. Got to be 11, I think, to run for office in Ohio.
See, yeah.
Here we have the top 10 list tonight. The category... top 10 umpire complaints. You know, there may be another umpire strike.
I heard they're going to go on strike.
It seems to me like every year this time there's a strike. Either the players are going out on strike or the umpires are going out on strike. Here we have now potentially an umpire legal action. These would be their top 10 complaints.
Top 10 complaints.
These are the reasons they may walk out before opening day. America's national pastime.
I'd be interested in hearing
getting off
those.
to a... Hi, Joe. How are you? Boy, the crew is starting to look bored now. That's trouble. They're walking away from their equipment. Top 10 umpire complaints. Here we go. Number 10, having a carpool with team mascot. Sure, I wouldn't want to do that. Number 9, lineup card from Don Zimmer always smeared with spaghetti sauce. Number 8, when a manager who's yelling right in your face suddenly kisses you. Number 7, have to use glass-bottom shower over concession stand. Number 6, when they show your wife in bed with some other guy on Diamond Vision. Number 5, players who ask if you would scratch them. Number 4, all those empty Slim Fast containers around Dodger dugout. Number 3, when the San Diego Chicken steals your street clothes and sets them on fire during his pregame dance. I'm going to go ahead and finish the list. Number 2, in most states, killing the umpire only a Class B misdemeanor. Number 1, the number 1 umpire complaint, squat burns. Yeah. have that little auto show song ready to go at a minute's notice.
Okay, I got it. Anytime you want it.
Our first guest tonight is a talented comedian who can be seen in concert on April 13th at the University of Denver. Ladies and gentlemen, please brace yourselves and welcome Jeff Altman. Thanks for being on the big show. How you doing?
You don't have any cheese, do you? Like a big cheese right now.
How you been? What's been going on? It's been a long time since you were here. What have you been doing?
I've been watching TV. I've been watching all.
That's good.
Been watching good.
Get in some TV time.
Got square eyeballs from watching the stuff in the Gulf, you know.
Yeah.
And I've become a big fan of this guy Schwarzkopf. You know, the Norman Schwartz,
Yeah.
Storm and Norman, and he looks a hell of a lot like Jonathan Winters. Doesn't he look just like? I kept waiting for him to go up to the chart and go, we got these little tanks over here, and ready.
Yeah, he's coming.
So, do you think maybe you've been watching too much TV?
Oh, no. You can't watch enough TV, especially if you're watching this show, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
And we won the war, thank goodness. And Bush got mad, and that's why we won so quickly.
Right.
I never understood the Iraqi diplomacy at all. They had this guy, Tariq Aziz, who was the ambassador, very formidable, nice-looking, articulate spokesman, and but he always carried that same stupid Iraqi message, you know? Mm-hmm. Very nice to be here among all the allies. Nice to conciliate and negotiate, but the message from Saddam is, bite me. Which is, bite me. That's all I have. Bite me.
Short and sweet.
Short, sweet, and meaty.
Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't going for
I
anything.
know, the audience making up their own jokes tonight. And who can blame them? So, how's the house coming? I know you had a lot of work done on the house.
Tons of work done, and as you know from remodeling, it's not the remodel itself that's so bad, it's the people that you have to deal with. And for the last 6 months, I've been dealing with this guy, Dick the plumber.
Right.
It's just one thing after. He came in the other day, and he's like, Mr. Altman, I'm awful sorry. I've been eating nachos all morning. I was underneath the crawl space there, and I had so much gas the sprinklers came on. And, I can fix the water damage, though. Better sit down and shut up.
Have a lot of work done on the place?
Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff done. Now we're in the decorating stage, and that's the part I don't care for. You know, the wife takes you out to buy wallpaper, and this really, I think, decorating tests a man's masculinity. You walk into these places with as much testosterone as you can have flowing. And, you know, you walk in for the while.
You know, honey, that burlap, let's use the burlap tar paper over there. Will look good, you know.
But after 4 hours, you know, you're worn down like everybody else. Let's do the fuchsia, come on. Let's go with a pink border. We're landing.
So now, between the redecorating and watching all that television, do you have any free time? Doing anything with your free time?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I went to the movies the other night, and.
Well, there you go. That's an excellent free time activity.
Oh, one of the best.
I saw Dances with Wolves. How many have seen Dances with Wolves?
Yeah. Big Academy Award winner.
Yeah. I love. You know, I never knew before this, and I guess for people who haven't seen it, I hope I'm not spoiling anything, but the name Dances with Wolves came because that's how they named him.
That's right.
They saw him out chasing a wolf, and so
the Indians did.
Dances with.
That became
Everybody
his name.
should be named that way, not,
Why not?
from your father. For instance, if they did this with you, you would be talking to people.
Talking to people.
No longer. I would be pulling up pants because I do my dad all the time. Pulling up pants.
Pulling up pants.
Paul would be playing with organ.
Yeah.
You mean it with the love and the respect that we have.
The love and the respect and. Well, you play the organ,
Yes,
and the
that's
piano
right.
and tons of other
It would
instruments.
make perfect sense that I would be.
He's gonna hit me after the show, I know.
What are you up to now?
I'm home a lot now because, you know, I got the...
Well, you got the free time and you get over to see the housework.
Yeah.
And you got that TV to watch.
Watch a lot of... You know what I do watch a lot? I do watch Jeopardy all the time.
Yeah,
I've become a Jeopardy fan, and I'm terrible. I can watch for 2 weeks and not know one... I just...
Wait a minute, Alex, no. Mississippi River, no. Slow down. Queen of England. Alex, slow down, Alex!
he moves to... And he's he thinks he's awful cute, doesn't he? You see him looking at himself, and he's awful happy. He's awful happy when people screw up because he's got those little cards to correct them. He said, no, hey, I'm sorry, Bob. No, the capital of Yemen is Sinai. Sure, because he's got the cards. You take away the card, he's Chuck Woolery without the cards.
Right.
He's black as a blackboard.
You see any of the fights recently?
Well, I'm pulling for George Foreman, man.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
He's got... He was on the show, I saw him on the show here not long ago. He's got that kind of new sort of Eastern meditational sort of... My name is George Foreman. I enjoy eating many cheeseburgers and killing many people. The big news story in boxing is not actually from the pugilistic side of the thing, but Tyson supposedly is going to quit. And he's coming to Broadway to take Robert Morse's place in True.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
There have been allegations and insinuations, but as yet there have been no convictions. He sounds a little like Truman Capote.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Nice tie.
Thank you very much.
I couldn't guess your weight?
Couldn't guess my weight. That's
yeah,
exactly
but you know...
right. And where will you be working from here? Are you going to Denver, the Mile High City?
I'm going to Denver tomorrow. Well, let me tell you something, and I say this with all due respect. You know, you do this show a few times, as I have. You get to go around the country and play a lot of the great concert halls all around this great land.
Where are you going to be?
Tomorrow night, I'm at Spit Ups in Newark.
All right, and April 13th, it's the gig at Denver.
May 10th, Rich, Jenny, and I will be at the Westport Playhouse in St. Louis.
Wow. Good to see you. Jeff Altman, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Altman. We'll be right back with Jim Palmer. Jim Palmer entered into the Baseball Hall of Fame, and just a few weeks ago, at the age of 45, 7 years out of active competition, he attempted a major league comeback. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Well, that was Frank Robinson. Wouldn't it be funny if Frank was back there? Please welcome Jim Palmer. Jim, come on. Yeah, I know. Guy couldn't guess my weight. Did you hear?
Yes, I did.
You know, essentially, you and I are the same guy, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much pound for pound.
Are you in Times Square, too?
Oh, yeah. Hey, look at this. Now, this is, you've long been associated with the jockey brand of sport underwear.
Underwear, whatever.
People in the audience wearing some underwear. That's good. Out of it. And this appears here in New York City. Who wants this one? Bailey, you want? Oh, there we go. Jim Palmer right there. Is this on 42nd Street?
Pigeon's best friend. Pigeons love me.
You want to...
We're staying right across the street from that. I mean, they got a lovely hotel.
You're staying in Times Square.
Yes. Yeah. Usually be close to my billboard.
Usually folks stay up at the Stadium Motor Lodge in the Bronx.
So I got a nice hotel.
You got a good one, yeah. You want to talk about this? You must be sick and tired of talking about the big comeback.
Well, the big comeback has ended because if I had, I tore a hamstring right...
You tore it? You actually tore it?
I actually heard it pop.
Yeah.
Right before that little clip you saw.
Right.
I was warming up. They had about 6,000 people in Bradenton, Florida, which is just up the road from Sarasota. A lot of older folks. You know, they all came in their golf carts. And they drive very slow in Sarasota.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of blue hair. Things like that. But, I mean, they were... I mean, I was mostly there. I mean, everybody identified with me because I was...
You were, yeah.
I was either a son image or I was their age.
That's right.
I warmed up, actually heard my hamstring pop, and I figured here's 6,000 people out there to see me pitch. I'm not going to not do it. I mean, I'd spent 3 months preparing for this, so I did. And that's when I first realized who the leadoff hitter would be, and that would be Wade Boggs.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Well,
see, that's
he had
the
a bad year last year, hit 303. He had a bad year the year before, hit 330. 347 lifetime batting average, 5 batting champs. And for the last 7 years, I've been sitting in a broadcasting booth saying, you know, this is a guy that likes to take a lot of pitches. Now all of a sudden they give me the ball, and I'm going, is he going to take this pitch or is he going to swing? So I went 3-1. I went 3-2. He got a base hit. Next guy lined out. Then the next guy was a .297 hitter, Jack Clark, who's Jack the Ripper. Was one of the awesome home run hitters. He was fourth. I mean, you know, if I had looked at that lineup the night before, I wouldn't have slept.
Yeah, but
it lasted 2 innings.
Yeah. It's interesting to me that Wade Boggs is working the count. He's not out there swinging. He works at the 3-1. He lets him go 3-1.
His theory is the more pitches he gets to see.
Yeah, I know, but it's you and your comeback appearance, and he's up there punishing you with this.
Well, I understand that, but he takes the game seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know why he waited so long. I wouldn't have waited for 5 pitches. I would have probably hit the first one.
Now, let's go back to the hamstring. What the hell is a hamstring? We always hear about it. What exactly?
Right about here.
Really?
Yeah, it's a...
Wait a minute. Can you show us on this, Jim, where the hamstring...
Actually, I can. It's a little bit of... between the knee and the crotch.
Yeah, I think I see it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. I believe I've had mine pulled a couple of times, too.
You know, the reason, you know, how I got interested, I watch a lot of late-night television because everybody said, why did you do this? And I said, too much late-night TV. No, seriously, I really don't know why I did it, but now that I go back and think about what happened, but it was fun. I think
everybody's got a theory. Let me share mine with you.
Please do.
You've been out of active competition at the highest level on the planet, Major League Baseball. You've been away from that for 7 years. So you injured yourself early on in your comeback.
I'm going to lie down?
No. I think you'll do it. And the injury, if under other circumstances, if you had this injury 10 years ago, it wouldn't have taken you off the roster. You would have worked it out, gone through, rehabilitated yourself, and been pitching again, maybe not the first game of the season, but a little later on. Perhaps you could have done the same thing now, but you're not so patient.
Exactly. And I also didn't want to linger. I mean, I felt that I wasn't worried about my arm, but I had a little tendonitis, and I figured that they made such a big deal out of this. I had no idea that when I started back in December, I was down at University of Miami, and I called Ron Frazier, who's a terrific coach down there, runs the program, and you know, every bit as good as their football program, and I said, I need a catcher. I was going to be down there for 3 months. I went out with this young kid by the name of Laser, and I threw at 3:30 that afternoon. And he said, for a guy that's going to be in the Hall of Fame, you have awful mechanics. And I said, Laser, I said, I am in the Hall of Fame. He says, I'm a little nervous telling you that I don't like the way you throw. So I made some changes, and I never worried about my arm. I did worry about my legs. I think, you know, you talked about Jeff was talking about George Foreman. When you take 7 years off and you play tennis and you stay active, it's not like pitching.
No,
I think I should have caddied. I think I should have, back in December, taken somebody's golf bag, you know, to go over the public course,
get the legs back a little.
Carry a bag around for 4.5 hours, because that's what spring training is all about.
How did the other ball players react to this? Because now they're kids. I mean,
they look
they're
a lot
19,
younger.
20,
they look a lot
old.
younger when you're standing next to them than they do when you're up in the broadcasting.
Were they nice to you, or were there you know, how did they feel about this?
Yeah, well, I mean, they all referred to me as Dad, Pops, and all that kind of stuff. And the amazing thing, not all of them shave either. It's
no, really?
No, I had a great time. They really were very respectful, and I think my biggest mistake was that I tried to keep up with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have been like most old people. You know, come out with a cane, I mean, and relax.
The blue
and, you know,
hair,
do
the
as
golf
much
cart,
as...
sure, yeah. What about Bo Jackson? Isn't that an amazing story?
Well, he signed with the White Sox.
Yeah,
today,
I know. Will he ever play again, do you think?
Well, I think Bo can pretty much do what he wants to.
I think he's still on crutches now, isn't he?
Well, he is. I mean, it's going to take that long to heal. But tell you what, I think he got a raise. Now I understand. Wait, now you're trying. You have an offer, standing offer. You'll pitch one inning.
I'll pitch. I've guaranteed 1/2 inning of shutout baseball. Any major league.
That's 3 batters.
Yeah, 3 batters,
Don't
1/2 inning.
pick the Whites.
It makes no difference. I'm looking at maybe 9 pitches at the most.
How are you going to do this?
I see. Now you've pitched a long time.
Too long.
I've never pitched. So I have a lot left in my arm.
So I've
got a full...
And nobody's ever scouted you.
No,
they don't have a scouting report.
No, I think it'll be just great.
What team are you going to do?
Well, we talked to the Mets, we've talked to the Reds, we've talked to the Padres, we've talked to the Mariners, and we think the Braves, for heaven's sakes, ought to be talking to us, don't you? What are you doing now? You're not with ESPN now, or are you back with ESPN?
No, I'm not with ESPN.
ABC, CBS? Where are you?
I do Little League Baseball for ABC. I work for an NBC affiliate in Baltimore doing the Oriole games. I work for Jockey. Do things. I mean, do whatever I can.
We won't be having a dinner for you, will we? I don't think so.
No, I hope not.
Good enough. Good to see you, Jim. Thank you very much. Congratulations on Brian. For something very, very special. We call it Stagehand Theater, starring our own Almar. and Joe Gorda. Tonight's presentation, a scene from the recently published 30-something stories entitled Love and Sex. Boys?
Hope, you wanted me to take that job.
Sure I did, Michael, but that doesn't mean I wanted you to check out of our marriage.
Oh, come on.
It scares me. You didn't used to be like this.
It's a new job. I'll have to work harder.
What I want is for you to pay some attention to me. To us. To anything but that stupid job of yours.
That was page 279.
All right, well, our sample is probably... He was here in July after his big victory, and we invited him back last night. We ran out of time, so we invited him back tonight for an update on how things are going. Ladies and gentlemen, please once again say hello to Michael Mullins. Michael? Michael, you were supposed to be on the show last night. I'm very happy you could stay over. What did you do last night in New York City?
Well, I just went out and saw the town. Beautiful place.
Did you call on our mayor, Mayor Dinkins?
No, I didn't get a chance to speak to him.
Now, you could have, you know, as a mayor of another American city, you could have walked right into the office there and said, hello, how do you do, Mr. Mayor, and compared notes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe do it later tonight.
Yeah, perhaps you will. Tell us about your town, Clinchburg. Is that it?
Clinchport.
Clinchport, yeah.
It's one of the smallest towns in the state of Virginia, actually.
Population?
It's 67.
67. It sounds odd, doesn't it, that there's an incorporated town of 67 people. And the election you won, it was, as I recall, a theme writing contest. Wasn't that it?
Well, it was a write-in election that I won on.
Yeah. And are you old enough, obviously, to run for office there?
Yeah, you have to be 18, old enough to vote.
All right. And you defeated the incumbent?
Yes, Mr. Fred Gillum. He's the mailman in the town also.
And as I recall, Fred didn't take it well. He ran kind of a dirty campaign, didn't he?
Not too dirty, you know. I mean, actually, he didn't know I was running until the day before the election, because that's when I made my final decision.
I see. All right, now you've been in office since, did we say July? Is that
July.
right? Yeah, July. And I understand, and don't let me twist this if I'm not telling it accurately here, correct me, that there's a kind of a, if not a scandal, certainly a misunderstanding about the improvement of the town water system.
Yes, there is.
That was your platform, wasn't it? You said you would improve the water system?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, all right. A man of your word, you tried to do this.
Man of my word, I tried, and I succeeded. But I did a lot of the work on my own.
Right.
Me and one of my neighbors did the work, and local reporter decided to do an update recently, and I told him that, and he got a phone call, and another man told him that it was illegal for me to done the work.
Yeah, because it looks like you've commissioned a project and then are also getting paid for the work. Yeah.
With conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. Thank you very much.
And so the reporter, following a good story, gets a hold of the Commonwealth attorney. And he says he's going to have to investigate it.
Yeah.
So I go buy a paper and read the story, and what's going on here?
Yeah.
So I call the Commonwealth attorney, and he talks to me, and I just got word at the hotel that I'm staying at that it has been cleared up.
Everything's cleared up.
Everything's cleared up.
You've been exonerated.
Yeah.
Not really exonerated, because there never were actual indictments.
There's no indictments or anything.
No.
But
You weren't seen with B.B. Rebozo someplace. Down at Hardee's having a cheeseburger. And how old did we say you were? You're 19 now?
I'm 19.
And how long does your term last?
1 more year.
1 more year. Now tell me about the water pressure. I understand that because of the old plumbing in the area, it was a little too powerful for some of the...
Yes, some of the people in the town, their lines in their yard blew out of the ground once we got the water trouble.
So they got the water pressure they were looking for.
They got the water they was looking for.
And do you think people are behind you now? Are you enjoying a popular term as mayor?
Yes. one of the meetings, we was talking about the money that was spent on it because one of our councilmen was a little unhappy, and several people said, we got water now, we're very happy with him, and we stand behind him all the way.
Good for you. Congratulations. Now, do you have, your family must be very proud of you?
Yes.
Yeah, do you have a girlfriend? Are you dating someone?
I go out with every now and then with just different people.
One
in particular.
And what is a date like for you there in Clinchport?
Well, we go to a nearby town, Bristol, Johnson City, Kingsport.
Yeah, where you can really go nuts.
Yeah. A few more people. Don't have to worry about being...
Are you having a good time doing being the mayor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think
recognized by more people.
Yeah, this is a great story. And does the town know you've been on this show a couple of times?
Yes.
Yeah, what do they think of that?
Oh, they love it.
Oh, do they really?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
All my friends love it and everything.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you could hang around again. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us, and continued success there as the mayor of the town. Michael Mullins, kids. We'll be right back.